Alcaraz's father could have become a tennis star himself, but he didn't have enough money. Carlos Alcaraz was born in 2003 in the southeastern Spanish village of El Palmar. At the age of 4, he was given his first racket by his father, and he became so passionate about tennis that he couldn't hold back tears as he left the court to go to dinner. Alcaraz's family was virtually all connected to tennis. A great uncle created a tennis club in El Palmar in the early 80s, and his grandfather and father, both named Carlos, worked at the club for a long time. Of Alcaraz's 3 brothers, 2 have also chosen the sport as a passion. 23-year-old Alvaro entered the Association of Tennis Professionals, ATP, doubles rankings a few years ago, while 11-year-old Jaime competed in the 2022 IMG Under-12 tournament. Alcaraz's father also had potential in tennis, and was even ranked among Spain's top 40 players in the early 1990s. He won the national Under-15 tennis championship, but was unable to start a professional career. To do so, he needed to move to Barcelona, but his family's finances did not allow him to do so. As a result, he decided that he would do everything he could to support his son. Already in 2012, when Carlos was only 9 years old, his father engaged a professional agent, Albert Molina. His job was to help create a successful career for Alcaraz. The tennis player's mom, Virginia, does not show interest in family sporting events. According to her, they hardly discuss the game, and watching her son's matches is simply not to her liking. Nevertheless, it was the achievements of her son, who by the age of 20 was able to earn almost $20 million in prize money, allowed the woman to leave her job at IKEA, where she worked as a sales consultant. At the age of 19, Alcaraz became world number 1, the earliest in history. Since childhood, Alcaraz has admired Rafael Nadal, his true idol. Sometimes he also mentions Federer, Olympic champion, 2-time Wimbledon triumph, and one of the greatest tennis players in history. Rafael posters can still be seen in Alcaraz's room in his parents' home. At the age of 12, Carlos won the Spanish championships among his peers, and at 15, he began training under Juan Carlos Ferrero, who triumphed at Roland Garros in 2003. At 16, he won the European title with the Spanish national team. In 2021, Alcaraz took part in the Wimbledon tournament for the first time, but was eliminated in the second round, losing to Russian Daniil Medvedev. The following spring, the 18-year-old tennis player shocked everyone by winning the title at the Masters tournament in Miami, becoming the youngest champion in the history of the event. His achievement was recognized with congratulations from both King Philip VI of Spain and Rafael Nadal. In the same year, Alcaraz triumphed at the ATP Barcelona tournament, becoming the first teenager in 15 years to reach the top 10 of the world rankings. He then went on to win the Madrid Masters, where he defeated 3 of the world's strongest tennis players in a row: Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Alexander Zverev. In the early fall of 2022, the 19-year-old Alcaraz won his first Grand Slam title at the US Open. Soon he also became the youngest world number 1 in history. However, shortly thereafter, the Spaniard lost his lead in the world rankings due to an injury sustained at a stage of the tournament in Paris. Alcaraz was treated for 104 days and did not return to the tennis court until February 2023. In June, he lost to Djokovic in the semifinals of Roland Garros, but at Wimbledon, the Spaniard took revenge and broke the Serbian's winning streak, which set a record in this tournament. Alcaraz, while remaining at the top of world tennis, demonstrates an aggressive style of play that is characterized by powerful strokes and serves. His style of play evokes associations primarily with Nadal and a little with Federer. The tennis player himself noted that he drew inspiration from his idol and even endured some superstitions. During fights, he puts a bottle of energy drink strictly on the left side and water on the right. Off the court, Alcaraz is a fisherman, a snickerhead, and a soccer fan. The tennis player has another characteristic similar to Nadal: hobbies. In their free time, both enjoy fishing and playing golf. They also love sneakers. In a column for Eurosport, he shared that he has always had an interest in these shoes, but after his injury in 2022, he started to put together his own collection of sneakers. The athlete's sponsor, Nike, even invited him to their Oregon office. There, Carlos was presented with a pair of sneakers with a personalized design, CCC. Alcaraz is a big soccer fan. From a young age, he supports Real Madrid, like his fellow countryman Nadal. In 2021, when Carlos reached the 1/16 finals of the US Open, the soccer club congratulated him on social media. And the following fall, Real celebrated his triumph at the US Open. Following the Wimbledon triumph, the Madrid club also published a separate post saying, "Congratulations on a magnificent victory and for remaining at #1 in the world tennis rankings. You are the pride of Spanish sport and of all the people of Madrid." For his part, Alcaraz, along with Nadal, attended the celebrations for Real Madrid's triumph in the Spanish Championship in May 2022. And in October of the same year, Carlos visited the locker room of the Madrid club and took a picture with the players. At the same time, the tennis player continues his undergraduate studies in his native El Palmar. He studies with a tutor who sends him assignments at home. Carlos comes back from tournaments with his homework already done. Alcaraz's victories are not a fluke, but the result of the reform of Spanish tennis. In 2016, the Royal Spanish Tennis Federation initiated a reform aimed at promoting the growth of young athletes in the sport. The key element was to create the necessary infrastructure and improve training conditions for tennis players. In addition, the federation significantly increased financial support for young players. For example, the size of their scholarships increased from 80 to 525,000 euros a year, and the organizers of youth tournaments now receive 640,000 euros instead of 25,000, which was in 2016. These changes are aimed at attracting more talented athletes and creating more favorable conditions for their development in tennis. The improvement of facilities and funding will certainly play a significant role in training a new generation of players capable of achieving high results on the international stage. Thanks to this program, Spain has taken the leading position in the number of youth tournaments among European countries. In addition to Alcaraz, other young talents such as Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, 24 years old, number 35 in ATP, and Paula Badosa, 25 years old, number 34 in WTA, were also among the top 100 players. In the next few years, the number of Spanish tennis players in the rankings is only likely to increase. But for Carlos, it's just beginning. Alcaraz celebrated his first Wimbledon win on court with his family. "I started playing thanks to my father, who is a big tennis fan. His life is completely dedicated to the sport. It's an incredible event for our family to see their child make history. They were there for me, and I was able to hug them. Moments like that stay in the memory forever. Hopefully we will have pictures of this historic moment that I will keep for a lifetime." Alcaraz also noted how important it was for him to feel the support of his family during this meaningful moment. "When I went out on the court, I knew they were there watching me and going through my every move. It gave me strength and confidence," he shared. His eyes shone with joy as he talked about how he had dreamed of this victory since he was a child. Wimbledon is not just a tournament, it's a place where dreams come true. For Alcaraz, the title was not just another victory, but a symbol of hard work and perseverance. "I have worked hard, and now it has all paid off," he said, with a smile through tears of pride. "What remains unchanged is the desire to continue to grow and reach new heights. I hope this is just the beginning, and there are new challenges and new tournaments ahead of me. I'm ready for them," he concluded. Alcaraz is an inspiration to many, and his story only confirms that dreams can indeed come true.